Hello everybody, we're back and my mouse is turned off. Just trying to go over here and say hello and good luck. Alright, we are going to be on the play and I'm not keeping this hand. I know it looks decent, like there's spells, but you look at it another way. There are 2 lands, 2 Mox Diamonds, and not a lot of hope. So, get that out of there. This hand, on the other, this hand I'm actually going to keep. I'm going to go out and fetch, looks like we have a decision. I think I want to play this the first turn, get this down the second turn, possibly Thoughtseize them, maybe keep up. Yeah, we'll Thoughtseize them and hopefully draw the next turn into being able to swords. Yeah, that seems fine. I mean, if you drop some other runes, you drop some other runes, and we're in that boat anyway it goes. So let's just go ahead and ramp on turn 1 with a Bayou, Thoughtseize him, and play top on turn 2. Hopefully draw the land. Maybe we'll be able to keep this up. All of these different things. You never know. You never know. But I'm going to go ahead and pause it. My opponent appears to have not been here. So I'm going to pause it until they do get here. Don't worry about that. Bad game. My opponent is back. I'm not going to mulligan like I said before. They did keep their 7. But we're still going to be on the same plan. Pretty susceptible to a lot of different things. Let's just get that and stick to the plan. Boom. I don't think my opponent will have that sick read. Yeah. F6. It's a left-handed job. Yeah. Lucky guess for me. Let's just hope that this isn't a lightning bolt. Not a lightning bolt. That works out pretty well. So we'll be able to Thoughtseize my opponent. Take a look at what they got. Ooh. The plot thickens. I am still going to Thoughtseize my opponent. See if we can steal away a little bit. If we're anywhere near lucky, we will. Probably going to want to play this top next. It's nice to have that, but yeah, what do we got? Vines and Days. All right. So, yeah. We got a lot of stuff. I'm going to take this Vines. Yeah. I mean, we have removal. We're going to get the top down. I mean, you can't brainstorm. You can't daze it. And I'd rather save this for the Inkmoth Nexus. We'll just keep this guy back. You know, if he swings in, we'll trade. I got no problem with that. We're done on my side. What you got? So, let's see. Daze, Brainstorm, Pool, Nexus. Goes for Pool. Alright. I will be blocking this guy. I'm expecting there to be some type of land on the top, and that will allow me to at least force the Daze. So, he's got a burn. He had nothing in hand, really. He's got one more Breeding Pool, Brainstorm, Daze, and an Inkmoth Nexus. Those are the 4 cards that we know. I'd say that we're in pretty good shape. Now, I mean, technically everything changes at this point, and if he's going to brainstorm, he should not play this land. But he did, and he took the damage for it. We're in a race. This is supposedly a turn 2, turn 3 deck, so let's see if we can stop that from happening. We do have the swords. That'll be extremely helpful. Noble Hierarch, which means we're no longer blocking. It's unfortunate, but true. And we know at least the top of the top 6 cards, we know 4 of them. Not blocking. I do not think that you got something. I mean, if you did, you did, but I don't think you did. So, yeah, that's a thing. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'll take this. All the other stuff will be pretty good, but this gives us, wait for it, get the Savannah out here. This gives us this. So there's black, colorless, and white. Green, not white. Try that again. So we can pay for the Daze. Now if he has another Daze, we could be in problems. But then we know the entire rest of his cards, which would be the other pool, the Nexus, the Daze. I take it back. We know 3 of the top 6. So we would not know 1. If he's got the double Daze. Alright, so there's the Daze. Let's just get that out of the way there. Double days. All right, I can live with this. I can definitely live with this. On our upkeep, we will take a look. Go ahead and F6. Very interesting. I mean, he says my bad. So, oh, he didn't let it resolve. So let's go ahead and use this to top. Honestly, the Bayou is going to be the second most useful thing. The first most useful thing is going to end up being that swords, but we only have one white source, so I'm going to put it second. Oh, he dazed his own days. That's what he did. Yee. So, yeah, about that, I'm sorry. We don't need to do that anymore. Looks like he also did not... Oh, wait, he dazed his own days. That's right. I was going to say, he did not play a land, but he did. He played a land. I'm going to go ahead and look again. No, I'm going to look with this. We already played a land. I'm going to try and get this knight down. Let's do it... I'm just going to put it back this way. We'll do it again at the end. I was looking to see if we had anything to draw right now. We'll do it again at the end of this turn. I probably should have attacked there. Like, I can't think of anything that's got haste or anything like that. So we can wasteland this. Like, we have the kill for that one. Coming in. Yeah, you got it. Not stopping that. So let's take a look at this again. We can wasteland that, so we have 4 lands. We can play this canopy, use it. That leaves us 3 lands, which gives us a knight. So swords, knight, canopy. Alright. So we pop this down. Oh, wait, we can't do all... Oh, wait, yeah, we can. I'm not an idiot. Let's just get that out of the way. It's not swords, knight, canopy. Swords, knight, canopy was the order that things went in. He could have something else on his side, but I mean... If he does, he does, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. Alright, so he did not. So now we've got a 3-turn clock. He's got nothing really coming in on his side. That's a something, though. But we have a swords on top of our deck, so we're just going to swords that and be on with life. Heh. We knew it was there. I promise. Alright. Now with that in there, I'm going to get in with both of these guys. We'll get in there for that extra point of damage that we just gave him back. He can get in for that little bit extra. I don't think he's going to 15 me with this. You know, if it was another thing, it could easily just be Invigorate, Berserk, win. But not this way. Kind of a budget deck. A lot of people don't like this style of deck. And the reason they don't, I can't argue with them entirely, but I do think that it's kind of pointless. Like, people call a lot of things not real decks when they actually do put up real numbers. And we gotta give it, we just write it off. Like, it's our bad job of doing that. Burn is a perfect example. Burn is one of those decks that nobody looks at Burn as a real deck. And in reality, Burn is probably the most real deck, because none of us have a good matchup against it. At all. And if you think you do, you're an idiot. Unless you're Enchantress. Enchantress has a real matchup against it. I'm sorry, I forgot about Enchantress. But yeah, very few other decks actually have a real game against Burn. And it's because we wrote it off as just being this terrible deck. So you've got this deck that everybody... And you're called a noob for playing it, by the way. Everybody in the format will hate you to no end. But nobody's really got game against it, except for Enchantress. And the reason is because the way Burn plays is that it doesn't care about what you play. It does not play an interactive game of Magic. Its interaction is killing your things every now and then. But it does not include... We should have our opponent at 2 from that point that we missed earlier. Not a big deal. I'm going to look during upkeep. If we see the other pulse, then that'll be pretty nice. But that is definitely going to change our play. We're still going to look during upkeep. Because any removal at this point now wins the game. 100%. I should just F6 this. Yeah, so he just says bang. And yeah, that was not the removal that we would have needed. Also, I would have used the swamp, so it wouldn't have worked. So we've got something that we need to put stuff out there right away. And yeah, this is pointless. These guys are not going to work out very well. Thalias are actually pretty good here. They will kill anything that they run into on the ground, except for the guy who makes himself bigger, the Ichor Claw Mirror. I think that's what it is. These are also potentials, but they're going to be a little bit slow. Even this is going to be slow. Sigarda is definitely too slow. Batterskull's pointless. The Jit is not, though, and is actually pretty darn good. Thoughtseizes are useful. Pulse, Liliana and Pulse are both in a special place in hell in this match. Top, we don't really have time to fiddle with. Let's see, what else do we got? Pride Mage, you actually have a purpose because he's got Ichor Claw Mirrors, and the other one that flies, Inkmoth Nexus, that's its name. And of these two, the question becomes which one would I want? And I think I'm just going to put it this way and say neither of them. Neither, whichever one. So we take out a bunch of things that are kind of clumpy, derpy, and kind of do-nothings. Except for the Stoneforge Mystics, which gets this Jit, which this Jit online means the game. So let's go ahead and do that. We bring everything down. We make his spells cost a little bit more. Hopefully we can drop this on turn 1. That would be awesome. But if not, I mean, it's not the end of the world. We still have potential to kill other things. And a bunch of things at that. So, yeah. We'll have to make sure that we, well, we can try and play around Submerge. I don't think it's worth it, though. So, playing around Submerge is one of those things that when you have the luxury of it, it's very nice. But when it's not worth it, it's not worth it. So, I'm expecting him to actually have Submerges. And I'm expecting this hand to get there. In fact, I'm demanding that this hand get there. I'm not going to mulligan. I'm going to duress on the first turn. And I'm going to try an Abrupt Decay on the turn past that. Okay, small change of plans. Our opponent went to 7 cards. That's right, they went to 7 cards. It's your starting opening hand. You can go to that. If you want to go less than that, I mean, you're more than welcome to, but you should probably at least draw your 7 first. That being said, you do have to actually draw your 7 and choose to mulligan, but you can choose to mulligan repeatedly without looking at your hand. So, food for thought. Okay, back into this. So we can't cast this Knight. He's out of the picture. We have 2 Abrupt Decays and a Swords. So removal galore. I'm expecting Forces. I'm expecting Dazes. I'm expecting Spell Pierces. I'm expecting like Pump Spells. That's why I'm choosing to do this first. So, yeah. And do we get a body? We get a body. We get a body that I don't care about as well. That's even better. Okay. I don't need to stop at my upkeep. And we get Stoneforge Mystic, so there's our Jit. Wow. That is a spicy meatball. I'm going to take the one that can counter things. The rest of his hand I really don't care about. Like, he can Invigorate Berserk this, and he can lose it. He'll have dealt 10 damage to us. 11 damage. Well, nope. You can't Pendelhaven that sucker. Things that make me feel so happy inside. He did not have a Force of Will. In fact, his entire hand is pump spells, so we're going to use the Swords. Yeah, you go right on ahead. I guarantee you that I will find something before you do. Swords. Undo. There we go. My very first... Oh, you know what I should have done? Fail. My part, I failed on, and I'm sorry. I owe you all an apology. Oh, can't believe I did that. Not a big deal. When he plays another creature, we'll be in that boat. But next turn, we're dropping this. That's right. Next turn, we're getting a cat. Let's go take a look at what the rest of his hand was. So, the rest of his hand from that Thoughtseize. There's the Noble Hierarch. Wait, I just skipped it. Oh, he wrote incredible good your hand. When he looked at my hand, yeah. Cast Duress, take Vines. Berserk, Pendelhaven, Invigorate, Forest. That's what he had. So he has another land in hand. He has Invigorate, Berserk, and an X. Yeah, I guess if we did this, he could just Invigorate. Although that would be a wasted Invigorate. Let's pull that card up. Oh, never mind. I don't know how Surgical Extraction got there, but whatever. Game on. I didn't realize that he had wrote that. I oftentimes don't pay attention to the chat. I occasionally glance over to see things and see that my opponent has written me. Yeah, he needs counter magic to be able to deal with my hand, though. And no counter magic is really going to be useful at this point. I don't know why I thought this was a second decay. Did I say that I had 2 decays before? Because that would explain why I didn't actually do it. This is going to be most likely our next turn play. Unless he plays something with Infect, I don't care. And that's where I sit. I mean, it's not like a Submerge is going to do anything right now. Look at our forest. I mean, it's not helpful. We don't even have to fetch a forest at this point. And this guy, yeah. This made a lot of decks have a really hard day. And because a lot of the strategies immediately shifted into blue, green, black, it made it very difficult for even more decks because it brought in the counter magic alongside the uncounterable removal. You gave an element of fighting that a lot of things can't actually fight against. But he's not actually the real culprit. The real culprit is actually Deathrite Shaman. Because without Deathrite Shaman, goblins could still dominate the crap out of those decks. It's a 1-2. Like, yeah, it'd be nice for them to be able to go, oh, well, hey, look, I'll snuff out that guy. Yeah, that would have been fine, but then you can't play Bob because that's a ton of life. Lies, I play Bob with stuff out before. It happens. You do it. But this card gave those decks the ability to kill off pretty much anything in the format. Like, Goblins is one of the few decks that has a lot of cards that cost over 3. And it's because of the ringleaders and the siege gang commanders that are able to be viled and lackied in. So, yeah, that's why Goblins is so good. Why it was able to fight even in the counterbalance era. Because all the things that it had that cheated counterbalance came in underneath it. It's like, no problem. Plus, I've got this super random selection of casting costs. So, what are we at? 5 mana? Sure, what you got on top? Okay, I'll play another one of a different kind. You got that? Okay, you got that one. I'll play another one of a different kind. And it could just win that game. So, that's how it beat out the counterbalance decks. The deck that it couldn't beat was Enchantress. But Enchantress was built to beat decks like that. It was built to beat aggro decks, and Goblins being red, I mean, they had to splash white or green to be able to deal with Enchantress. It was such a good deck. It was so solid. What happened to it? Oh yeah, consistency. That being said, the new Enchantress deck, and I'm wondering if my opponent is still there. The new Enchantress deck, the blue-green one, that one's not that bad. I do still prefer the blue-white one, but I can understand why people want to combo out and just win. It just takes too long for me. Then again, Enchantress's real name is Solitaire, so yeah. Maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and pause this and give people a chance to hopefully see some action. So, yeah. One moment. I lied! He's doing stuff. Wait. He wasn't doing stuff. Our opponent's thinking on how, oh, he's going for the Invigorate. Here, I'll just let you guys see it this way. Yeah. End of turn is the main thing that we're looking for there. Let's go ahead. Maybe we can just bang it and bangers and mash, bangers and mash. Invigorate, invigorate. Oh my god. Wait, no, I'm at 24 life. This is not going to work the way you think. Your invigorates give me life, sir. You can 18 me? Okay, there's the Berserk. So this guy's dead. I didn't have to do anything to cause that. I'm not dead. Your invigorates kept me alive. Oh, yeah. He just said GG. So, he said GG, I've only got 12 creatures, which is true. And we're going to shift attack patterns. Attack pattern Omega. Let's see. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and get this. Still playing around that card. Alright. And you know what? I should have still played this. We've got a good land count, right? 23 is enough to actually do stuff. I should have played this because I could have put the Jit out there. But, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like, we can deal with that. We can deal with this, or we can deal with that. Or we can deal with this, or we can deal with that. We can deal with this. Now it's just stuck in my head. Hold on one second. We got to put this down. That way I can do this. and then I can do that. Yeah, he's saying now the wasteland. He saw the wasteland. Yeah. Okay. So he's just a little upset. It's okay. These things happen. My hand was very good for being able to deal with him. Hey, look, we were going to put that in our hand anyway. Kind of funny. Alright, so we start off 1-0. First time we start off 1-0 in about 6 weeks, it feels like. Hopefully we can pull this one out. Like I said, I liked the way this one felt. I will, yeah, we got a bunch of people. There was that last minute rush that happens. Let's see. There's everybody that's in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 26 people, unless somebody got a bye, in which case, yeah, one person got a bye. So 25 people. I counted to 13, right? I hope I counted to 13. So I will see you in a little bit. I got a couple games to go over. I'm going to go probably play some SimCity or something like that. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right. Talk to you soon, and bye-bye.